Desired Landscapes is a lovely little magazine imagined as a city guide. As you can see here, it's fascinated by reading into cities. It's based in Athens, and they start close to home. So there's a photo essay here from the streets of Athens, with a few of these pieces just accompanied by little fragments of poetry here, and it makes for a really lovely and personal way of exploring the city streets of Athens, both as a visitor and somehow as a local as well. Really cleverly, they run straight from this, so this very contemporary and poetic view of the city as it is today, into a piece on this kind of historical perspective. So this is a guy who is a collector of maps of Greece and the surrounding area from the Enlightenment. And in this interview, he talks about the fact that lots of these maps were drawn actually with inaccuracies. So the people who were drawing these maps were drawing them for an audience of people who wanted to see specific things in these maps. And actually, I think it makes for a really interesting understanding of what this whole magazine is doing in terms of thinking about what it means to be in a city and to wake up there and to explore it. This is a typical piece on Tokyo and that kind of dissociation that Western people feel when they go to Tokyo, and they just do not understand the layout of the city. They don't understand the text on the signs, and they find themselves really rarely completely lost. Or another piece here, so this is a piece looking at the overlooked architecture of cities. So these are just like, it's the typical architecture that you will find in various different cities, and what that kind of anonymous architecture tells you about a place. It's a really, really lovely little piece of publishing. The size of it really draws you into this magazine, and it gives them room to do things like this. So little kind of really short kind of micro fiction, I guess. This is all based on places in LA, and it's just reproduced really beautifully on the page. You can see here the colours that they've managed to get in here. It's a first issue and a really lovely little publishing project, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what cities they're going to set out for next.